Ta-da, we're in.
Hey,
Hey, welcome to the Basic
back to the
Podcast.
basic pod, where we never remember, so always forget.
Exactly. That's Matt.
Eli,
What are we talking about today?
I don't know, Eli. Didn't you have a trip you went on and some other stuff?
Oh yeah, I did. Funny you should ask. I was on a trip. I went to Nashville
Yeah.
for the weekend with some friends. Um, sadly, not you.
Well, we're already 40 seconds in, really killing time here.
I know, right?
Yeah, I didn't go.
Honestly, that intro was like really fast. It was just like done. We're here. What are you waiting around for? But yeah, I did go on a trip. I went to Nashville. I recorded a ton of it. We went to see one of my favorite YouTubers has created a TV show. You get to see some of it when it premiered, right?
Yeah, I've seen the first episode, Final Space.
It's called Final Space by Olin Rogers. He created it. It's promoted by Conoco, by Conan O'Brien, and TBS bought it.
Who is
But-
Gary voiced by?
He's voiced by Olin,
Okay.
the creator.
Has he voiced any other projects before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cause I knew I had heard the voice on something else, and I'm like,
Well, Angie, who used to work with us, she would watch him all the time.
okay.
So she would watch this. I'm just gonna pop open my Coke here. Just probably didn't even hear it on the mic. I'm sorry.
Good.
It's the vanilla. Coca-Cola vanilla, only the best. But yeah, we went and they had this big old dome shaped like the little green character called Mooncake, and we got to sit
Yeah.
in there. They had a big LED TV. He sat in there, and you know what's funny? He talked to us about Fortnite.
Yeah.
I was like, personally, I'm not on that grind, Olin, but I respect you if you do.
So he plays it like often or?
Yeah. I mean, he was really busy that weekend, so I doubt he got to play at all, but he was, 'cause he was sick like 2 days before
Yeah.
the event, and I remember being there. I'm like, how is he here? Like, wasn't he just sick? 'Cause he was posting on Twitter that he was sick. And then he's there, he's meeting people. You know, I was hoping he'd just gotten over being sick, so he wasn't, getting
Yeah.
other people. But I got to see him once. We were in line to go see the showing, and he came down the line, shook my hand, shook Jaren's hand. I mean, he was talking to us.
Yeah.
But then he shook Jaren's hand. He goes, I like your shirt. And he was wearing his merch. When I was literally just decked out in his merch. I had my hat on.
He didn't say
which is his.
anything.
He didn't say anything. And then I had that shirt with the big bear face on it.
Yeah.
And then I had my red flannel that's also his. And it's just like, but I'm also wearing your merch. And it's probably because it was his original design for the shirt
Yeah.
on that one. Excuse me. But he shook my hand. We then he came over and sat in front of us and talked to us at the premiere, so that was two. And then we messed around in Nashville. We just tried to have some fun doing stuff with it was me, Greg, and Jaren and Nazar.
Yeah.
And then Brandon was with us at that point. Zach met us at the premiere and just went to the Milam's house after that. But we just messed around, had lunch, stood in line, went, no, screw this, and we just went somewhere else for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool to be around, but then I got to meet him again at before the party thing started at 7, because we stuck around until then, and he came up and stood right there, talked to me, and I told him that my hat was the limited edition one because
Yeah.
it still has the old company name on it that's named after him. 'Cause
The Olive Garden one.
Yeah, it looks like it says Olive Garden, but it says Olin Rogers Supply on it. Where did I put that? I don't know. But their company is now called Star Cadet.
Yeah.
So any hats they make now say Star Cadet on them. And he's like, wow, that's really cool. So you've been around. I'm like, yeah, I've been around. And then he looked at the kids sitting behind me who was just pointing to his mouth because he wanted ice cream. So I was like, yeah, it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Like, not to get off topic, but this is like something that I think I've already talked to you about, but it surprises me. Is I'm literally the top player on the Xbox Fortnite leaderboards right now.
AK baby do. Y'all better watch out.
In every category. And it actually
Wait, every category?
yeah.
Like, so each of the tabs that show, like what are they? Like,
So they're like there's a scoring, which is just like your overall score. And I think the score, I don't know how it's pertinent to, but I think it's natural experience points as your score. So you can get experience from leveling up, like just buying your way through, or you can also get it from completing daily challenges.
yeah.
But it seems like your natural score correlates with your actual experience points,
Mm-hmm.
and they reset every season. So I've earned the most natural score essentially this season.
Could you just get all those experience points from? Excuse me, this Coke is making me burp. Is it like, do you just get those experience points from just game time, like in-game time?
It's placement in each match, and kills are a small factor, but it's mainly placement in each match. So, like, and there are people who already have the final. They've already unlocked everything this season because they've already paid their way to the end. But you can do that on day one. It's an option. But those people aren't on the boards. I guess that it wouldn't apply that way. So in that category, I'm the top. And then there's top 25 placements, which is how many times you placed in the top 25. I'm the number one. How many times you placed in top 10? Number one. How many times you've won this season? Number one.
Wow.
And I haven't even played that much. Like, I've played less than 20 hours, and it's been out for over.
That seems like almost impossible.
Right? That's
Yeah.
why it's hard to believe. It makes me think that just the dedicated players don't play on Xbox, and
That's
they're playing on
probably what
PC.
it is. Yeah.
Because I know there's players on PC who are like insanely good that I've watched some videos
yeah.
on. It's like obviously they would be dominating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was really taken aback by it. Now I actually feel like I have a responsibility to stay on top because I've more than doubled
So now
some of the people in second.
when you go home from this, you're just gonna immediately play Fortnite.
I'm probably not because I got there by not like intending to get on top, but it ended up just happening. Yesterday, I won 3 games in a row. 100-player battle royale, 3 games in a row.
What is your ratio? Like, say you have 10 games. How many of those would you win?
1 normally?
Just one?
It's about 1 in 10. It seems like. But I had a really good streak last night.
I don't play PUBG too often anymore. Like, I'm kind of like, well, honestly, I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so I can't. But
Well, one thing that threw it off like with the third season, they started doing not only daily challenges but weekly challenges, and every week you get a list of challenges that you can complete throughout the week, and they will essentially give you like not experience but stars, which unlock different items like battle tiers, right?
yeah.
So if you do this, you get 5 stars. If you do this, you get 10, etc. So with that though, like, so that kind of threw win ratios off and everything, I think, for every player because you want to build up your battle tier.
Yeah.
So when one of your things that you have to do is like open 5 chests in this area of the game, everyone has the same weekly challenges. So that week, that area where you have to open chests is insanely populated. So people are landing just to open a chest really quick before they get killed by 30 other players in the area situations.
Wow.
So aside from like, there'll be certain games you're playing not to win, just to get your challenges completed. You know what I mean? And then you can try and win if you happen to live through that challenge, which you doubtfully won't.
PUBG doesn't have like challenges like that. But sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, but it's been pretty cool. I've actually enjoyed it. I was raging mad when season 3 came out because the game played different. Like, it was supposed to be smoother, but they made it 4K, and it was not smoother. So I'm getting lagged to death while somebody's murdering me.
Me. Because my internet's so bad. Not because of the game, because of
Yeah.
my internet. I just, like, I'm 20 people left, and then I'm running across the field. I'm like, all right, I got to get to this cover real quick. And then
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm stopped, and it's like network lag detected. Next thing I know, I'm getting hit with bullets, and I'm just down.
Yeah. Well, one thing that, like, with Fortnite, everyone's like, oh, if you can't build, you can't win. You know, the people, it's all about becoming an expert at building.
Yeah.
I won 3 games in a row with no building. Like, I know how to build, and I utilize it when it's necessary, but my strategy is when it gets down to the last 10 people, complete stealth. Like, if you can avoid detection, you've got it.
And once you build something, people are like, oh, there's something
Oh,
over
when
there.
you're building something, you're just giving your spot away. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way around it. There's
It'd
just
be like just shooting your gun or something.
yeah, exactly. Like one of the last ones I won, there was just a hill, and some guy had built a super mega structure. Like, it's just me and this other guy, and there's a hill, and there's a tree, and there's a little post.
Have you showed me this?
No,
video?
this
Okay,
is
this is a different one?
yeah.
Okay.
And there's a little post set up. I actually didn't get the tree in the game capture because he shot it down before I clipped the time, I guess. So he knows that there's no way I could be anywhere else aside from directly under him, I guess, is what he might be assuming, because the circle is very tiny. And I don't hide I hide right behind the post of like, it's like a little stand, you know, to shoot off of. And it's not like I made it, it's an in-game stand. So I hide right behind the post. And a lot of, you know, experienced players, when it gets down to the end and they have a structure built, they start shooting down anywhere someone could be hiding.
Yeah.
But I made sure to sit in a perfect position to where it looks like there's no way I could be there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's building all this stuff around me, all over the place, shooting at everything else down, and as soon as the circle starts closing in, I come right out. Almost instantly kill him. 2 shots straight to the head.
Beast mode activated. Wow. I haven't played Fortnite yet. I don't know if I want it to be on my list of things to play.
It can get annoying. I find myself getting a lot more enraged than PUBG because if you get good at it and you kind of expect to win, with that expectation comes a lot of anger.
A lot of disappointment.
If you get
Well, when I first started playing PUBG, I didn't care if I won at all. And then I have Jaren, and he's really good at it, or he knows a lot
Yeah.
about it,
and you can tell he gets really angry.
he gets angry because he's won a couple times, and he's like, "Oh, I expect to win now."
yeah.
And like, I didn't used to like expect to win, but now that I've won, you know, 1 or 2 of them, I've done like these great feats in the game, like someone's driving straight at me and I just blow up their
Yeah.
car. I feel like I deserve a win, you know.
Yeah.
And then I get like 50 alive, and then somebody just headshots me. I'm just done, you know.
Yeah.
And I take a break and I go off for 15 minutes, and then probably just play something else like Far Cry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the game's fault. It's my fault that I get so angry.
Yeah. And some of the wins are like not even eventful like anymore.
Yeah.
Like I've had one where
One of my wins, like my first one, was just some
Yeah.
guy. These 2 guys were shooting at each other. One guy was outside of the play zone, and the guy who was in dies. And it's just
Yeah.
us 3. And so the guy who was running back into the play zone gets killed by the play zone, and I'm just like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Like the other day I had one that was actually I made a mistake, like I could have done better, but this guy ended up ruining himself. And you know the circle even in PUBG it gets really damaging the
Oh, yeah.
closer it gets. Like the smaller the circle, you can die with only being a few seconds outside the circle.
Mhm.
Almost instantly. And some guy had built a structure, you know, upwards like a staircase and then out through the piercing the circle. And I have an RPG, so I'm like, I can just shoot the staircase and he'll have to fall because there's fall damage.
Yeah.
but I end up shooting one that's too close. So he has the ability to go back.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I missed, so I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a standoff, a shoot off.
Yeah.
And he's still a little bit out like of the circle. It's not like he couldn't have just dropped and lived. But for some reason, he's like, I'm gonna go back. You know,
Back out through the circle.
out through the storm, and you can do that and live. But he decides to take the long way back to the ground, and I'm just out in the circle, and he just dies. Like, no fire or anything, and
It's
it just
just
says, Victory Royale.
It's like, what's the point?
And I'm like, oh, I guess I won that one.
It's like you see in movies, like the psychopath guy, like the evil dude. He's only like tormenting the hero or whatever because of their reaction, because it's fun, like
Yeah.
the way they do it. But like if they were just like whatever at him, he wouldn't enjoy it.
That's true. That's actually.
He would just like, what, and that would get the hero really,
Yeah.
happy because they'd make the villain get. Anyways,
It's a common
it's not
thing with
exciting if you're.
people just in general. Even day-to-day reactions, people are like that.
Yeah.
Like, some people just aren't as fun to pick at because the reactions are just.
Yeah, like people try to pick on me, and I'm just like, if I want them to stop, I'm just okay. And they're like, you're no fun. Good. I don't want you to have fun. Picking on me.
Except for Zach, he'll still pursue it even with no reaction.
He'll try sometimes.
Pursue you.
I'm just like, whatever. So, yeah, I'll probably put my Nashville trip in a video or something.
Yeah.
Put it on my channel soon. I'm hoping to do that soon, so. I've been writing recently. I hadn't been writing for a good 4 or 5 months. And then it's finally
Do you think it's gonna turn into something?
this one? Probably. It's better with all these drawings I have around my room of it. Better.
Drawings as in the story?
Yeah, some of the drawings I have in my room are
So like
part
it's
of the
like
story.
a post-apocalyptic alien-infested Gatsby party.
not a Gatsby party. But some of the other stuff is in there, actually. And it sounds really stupid and cliche when you say it like that, but it could be really cool
Yeah.
if it gets written the way I want it to. And I think I can do that. I have the motivation finally to write something. So
You gotta put the motivation in, Eli.
I'm happy when I can write something for an hour and a half and
Yeah.
get a good bit down. I'll write for a little while, and then I'll play some video games. I'll be like, you know what? These video games are well deserved.
Yeah.
You know? Because if I don't, I'm just playing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I haven't done anything.
See, that's
with
actually
my life.
good with rewarding yourself for a successful habit.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, you know how, like, some people are entrepreneurs or successful people, you know, motivational speakers, they have, like, these rules and guidelines that people need to follow,
Mhm.
or they advise them to follow. Like, if you motivated and you put, like, the work in that you need to, you know, reward yourself with something, it'll help create that mentality.
Yeah.
But, like, as far as those things go, I was never, like, I'm bad at that stuff.
Oh, I'm bad at it, but
In the sense
I'm
that,
trying now.
I mean, in the sense that, like, I usually get, like, crazy focused on a single thing.
Mm.
And that I maintain that drive with no exclusions. You know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah.
So that's always been, like, a thing with me.
It kind of came to me because Thomas Ridgewell, he's pretty big on YouTube. He does a lot of sketches and things.
Yeah.
Well, he has this little company. He has 2 other guys that work with him, mainly, and they'll do their work for the day or whatever, and once they get the stuff done that they need to get done or all that they can for the day, they'll play Smash Brothers together.
Yeah.
Just kind of as a reward thing, and it's like that would work. So
Yeah.
it's like, why don't I do that? Because I want to play video games anyways. And then it comes down to the point that I actually like doing my work now.
Yeah.
So I almost don't even want to play video games afterwards.
That's good. That's actually where, I mean, I say that's good, but it's actually a good thing to feel like that.
It's good to like your work,
Yeah.
especially if you're inspired by it,
So this is something that I guess it's kind of like a continuation on what we were talking about the other day. But so you're talking about with going to college and whatnot.
Yeah, I was like, Matt, what do you think? Should I go to
Yeah.
college?
And like I guess I didn't get to fully articulate my point on this. But okay, so the point is like you know growing up in public school and all that, it's kind of like a well, I know you were homeschooled and it's kind of a different setup with you guys.
Well,
At least
I went to school
Okay.
until about third or fourth grade.
yeah.
I actually skipped the third grade, and my parents started homeschooling me up there in South Dakota, and then we moved when I was 7, and then I've been homeschooling here. We had a little bit of a public school thing going on, but they stopped doing that because it was just really problematic.
Yeah.
And then I did some classes a couple years ago with some people out in Jackson, and so I have a really weird up and down school thing.
Yeah.
But I've been considering doing the college thing, and like I've always like there's a really good college I've been thinking about. I have some other college in Idaho asking about me.
Yeah.
And like I only have so much money right now. I need to save it because I could be going to Africa if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I actually want to do that. But so like I was just really on the fence about college because my friend's going. I want to be there for him. And so like I've just been really
Yeah.
back and forth about it, but you
It's-
said something that really helped
yeah.
me, so.
Well, and so to get back on that was if you go to public school, and especially it's kind of like a pitched thing in American society is parents want their kids to go to college.
Yeah.
They see it as, a sign of being successful and doing other things with their life. And school systems really want you to go to college.
Yeah.
Almost like it's like indoctrinated into them, or it's just a funded process where, hey, they know you're going to put money in the system if you go, and, it's kind of, it helps them as well.
I could tell you right now, the college I was looking at doesn't need any more of my money,
Yeah.
but they're a good college.
Yeah. So like for me, I'm someone who at least did a semester of college, and I had plans, I had every intent to like see it through if it was for me,
Mhm.
but it wasn't. And like like to speak on that when I was talking about with the motivation thing, like I've been through different paths in my life, like I'm always a different kind of person depending on the circumstance.
Yeah.
But so from like at 17 years old, I had like this is a true story, but other than just working 2 jobs, I did a lot of stuff. But at 17 years old, I had a grand, right,
Yeah.
to my name. Like
Yeah.
maybe less than a grand at
Me.
17. but right before I turned 19 years old, I had a checking account with 26 grand in it.
Wow. Nice
Like-
job. Matt.
Like that kind of thing.
I'm just like, I'm not there yet, though. Okay.
But I mean, like, I was driven to that point, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was I lived and breathed making money, doing things,
Mhm.
Formulating other tactics for making and saving money. And for me, like, of course, there's these grand dreams of like, getting to the 1% status or things like that. But at the same time, as far as like my adolescent dreams and whatnot,
Yeah.
there was nothing outside of my domain at that point. Like aside from like a Lamborghini or like a house or like a mansion or something, I couldn't just look at something and be like, I can't buy that.
Hmm.
Like I could. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like there was nothing like at that point like was off limits to me. So like I was content, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I can pursue another domain, which was like the love factor, right? I wanted to,
Yeah.
love in my life, etc. And then I, met Kay, and that thing was, I focused solely on that, like that aspect.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so, and then like now, like honestly, I'm just like in the abyss again.
You
Wait.
need something else?
I struggled to find that that motivation that I had for those two.
You need Jesus.
But what I'm saying is, if that's like your path and the thing that you want to do is like independent,
Yeah.
you've got to like, it's got to be your life.
I mean, I don't know how much I want independence,
Yeah.
but I know I need it.
Yeah.
So it's not like...
And you can look at a lot of people today, like who are successful, more and more saying no college. And it's not that college is a bad thing. It's just if you're a truly driven and an independent individual, you can make it on your own.
Okay. That makes more sense because what you said earlier was just like, if you're motivated enough, you don't need it. And I was just kind of confused at first, but now it makes sense because I thought you just meant like, oh yeah, they won't help you if you're already motivated kind of thing.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking at first, and I was like, no. Okay. Now I get it.
But yeah, so I don't know. There's certain. This is like since a child, I guess the least that I've been concerned with something in my life, and I don't know what to do.
Like right now?
Yeah.
This is the least you've ever been concerned about something?
Yeah.
About you and your abyss? Or
Like,
like in general?
like I don't know. I have less driving me now than. Like that's my ideal is to get it back, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking towards.
Jesus.
It's just really comfortable. I mean, and people are like, "Oh, that must be so easy," but God, it's not.
To not have anything driving you?
Yeah, it is not
It's
easy.
horrible. It's like...
Like I could work like 100 hours a week when I was like
I would rather be...
when I was 18, and I'll be more tired now like doing hardly anything.
Yeah, I would rather be driven doing something and actually feel like I'm accomplishing something and be tired and exhausted because of it than just be sitting around. Because then people will just be like, you're not doing anything with your life.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to like dive into something again strongly.
The podcast.
I mean, we should dive into it stronger, yeah, but yeah, another aspect.
I hope I can, with all of my stuff I'm dealing with. Keep that on the side still.
Yeah.
Because once we're done with this, basically I'm doing whatever with the boys, and I'm editing this tonight, putting it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I can.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, people always have these categories for their life. It's like, are you financially secure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you in a loving relationship? And the third is like, are you healthy? You know, is your health in check?
Yeah.
So you've got all that taken care of. You still got to have something to you want to do every day.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people that are motivated enough, and then there are just some people who are just miserable because they're not, and they just think they can't do certain things. Like, it's a stupid example, but like in The Office, the TV show The Office, Pam, she wants to be an artist, right?
Yeah.
And she was with this guy who, didn't really think, art was worth anything. And so she's just like, oh, I can't pursue that because the guy I'm with, he just doesn't think it's great. And then she's just kind of miserable, not doing what she wants to do. And then it's just like...
Yeah, that's true.
like
yeah, you're right on that.
They're like the stupidest reasons that people don't do what they feel like they need to.
Yeah. So, were you joking about the Jesus thing?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I've kind of got to focus on that right now, but...
On Jesus?
A little bit.
Yeah, I've focused...
I mean, joke, yeah, but no joke, yeah.
I've focused more on that probably the past few months
Really?
than I have my whole life as far as, really considering.
I mean, I know it can be like a sensitive subject for people because, like...
I don't care if people are sensitive, oh well.
No, I mean, like, for you, sensitive.
It's not sensitive for me because I'm not one of those people. Like,
no, I mean, if I was just like, so, how you doing with God, Matt? Would you... Like, see, it'd be tough for you to answer right now, right?
well, I'd have the answer.
Oh, you would?
I just don't know if it would be on the pod appropriate.
Oh, okay. See, I mean, I'm not doing exactly well
Yeah.
either, but I'm trying. It
But
sucks.
there's a couple things that stand out, like for me and Christianity and whatnot. And there's one thing that I can't help but notice, which is just bizarre, and that's that when I go to the gathering,
Yeah, like church and things.
yeah,
For you people who don't know.
I always feel like motivated afterwards.
Yeah. That's why Benial likes fellowship so much. And no joke though, because he feels like when he talks about God or when he's with people that talk
Yeah.
about God, he feels motivated enough to go. And if he can sit and talk to somebody for 20 minutes, he'll be good for another 3 hours.
Yeah.
Be able to think about God and stuff.
Well, I can't even nail it down to like an aspect, whether it's talking about God or the music or the people. It's just like, I've sat here for like an hour, 2 hours, and now I feel like I want to do something with the day.
Yeah.
More so than if I just slept those 2 hours. I wouldn't
Yeah,
feel as
because
motivated.
when I sleep Sunday, usually on accident, when I sleep in, I'm just like, okay. And then people come home, why are you still in bed? Let's go do something.
Yeah.
So,
They're like, no.
yeah. Well, you don't have to pursue Jesus if you don't want to, Matt. You can dive into something else like finger painting.
I'm pursuing it in everything I want to pursue. Well, it's in my head.
I'm not trying to force you to, Matt. You know I wouldn't do that. So I'm getting better at driving my car. I think I'm good enough to actually start driving places.
Who drove to Jackson?
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. You might not have drove to Jackson, but you and Nazar?
Yeah, we just went to town here.
Oh, like Salmer.
Yeah, we just went to
Okay.
Selmer. But yeah. I drove my
Okay.
car.
Did he make fun of you?
No, he didn't.
That's
We
good.
just went and we had some fun. I did stall out once, but I told him, I was like, this literally only happens when I'm with other people.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't happen when I'm on my own. Well, we're 32 minutes and 47 seconds in. What are you thinking?
Just thinking about philosophy.
Harry Potter and the Philosophy Stone?
Why was it called the Philosopher's Stone?
Because in England they had a different printing.
I know it was
It
a
had a
different
different
printing, but
name.
like,
I don't even know why.
I don't get it. Like, I know it's a sorcerer's stone, it makes sense to me, but why is it the Philosopher's Stone?
Why is Nicholas Flamel a philosopher? Don't know. Oh, I was going to mention something. This is the 11th podcast.
11th.
So, like, are we starting a new generation here?
Yeah, we should. Let's.
We going to up it?
Yeah, we're gonna up it.
What we going to do next?
Everything.
You just say everything. It's really vague. So, like, do I need to come
We're
up with these
talking-
ideas, or are you going to come
we're
up with these
talking-
ideas?
Ad promos, guest signings, book deals.
We're not big enough for that yet.
That's what's coming, man. No joke. I can.
You better
feel it.
pray for me to be able to handle this stuff, guys.
I was watching H3
H3.
Yeah. The other day, and like I don't know these people very well. I know the main guy, Ethan, right?
Yeah.
Is that his name? He has a guest, or the lady on his podcast.
That's his wife or his girlfriend.
Yeah, she hardly ever speaks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a really low key pod, and they're really popular.
Yeah, it's because they were already popular, and they're just like, here's a podcast.
But they talk extremely basic. It's
Yeah.
like-
They talk about really stupid stuff. But like, I'm not saying they're bad.
yeah.
But like, they can just talk about stupid stuff. and
Yeah.
it's-
It's just like this pod, except they're a lot more popular. And
So why can't we make it? What has happened? I mean, they live stream it, I think, actually.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's easy to do, and you've got your own studio and platform set up already, and you
yeah.
clearly have
And you
the
could just invite Filthy Frank over.
yeah, and then the views just
Yeah.
shoot up.
I've listened to a couple of their podcasts. I didn't ever watch them, but Jack watches them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he also watches our podcast. So thanks, Jack. What?
Good old Jack.
Good old Jack.
He's been liking the meme page.
He has. We started a little meme page on
I
Instagram.
thought it was hilarious. He was liking some of Phil's.
Well, he's.
Phil's.
I'm just gonna shut up before I get in trouble. Yeah, the meme page is pretty good. I've been posting most of the stuff so far. And what have we got now? 10, 12
I think
posts?
we're gonna get. I think it's actually gonna be pretty.
I was
good.
seeing some guys that I follow talking about, like, just they'll give shout outs and stuff for like $5 and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, we could just do that pretty easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we don't need to, probably. We'll make it there on our own, but if you want to follow the meme page, it's old.sport.pink on Instagram. And it's a picture of angry Jay Gatsby. You can tell because it says meme page run by Eli Chamley, which is me. There's Matt, and then there's Phil, and there's Zach.
Bust Lord.
We all have our we all have our little code names. Zach's is Bust Lord. Phil's is Dark Llama. Matt's is Drip God, and mine's just Clap Wave. So I've posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I've
bank
posted
accounts.
six of our memes. So I've posted half of the memes on this page, and then I think you and Phil are the other ones. So Phil did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've posted 1. the teacher one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll get good. I've got some other memes that I'm stealing from people, so it'll.
I like how every one of your posts is like, "Hey, sorry, I don't know who this is."
Well,
Or
no,
like,
that was just one of them. But
here's some credit. Here's some meme credit.
I was like, yeah, they're not a bad meme account. Follow them if you like memes like that.
I don't feel like anyone's trying as hard as you to give credit to the meme.
Nobody tries. I mean, like, I see people who get ones that are obviously watermarked, so like they'll probably, at them in the bio, or the caption, just like, hey,
Yeah.
here's a so and so's meme, like after they say their caption or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just like if there's not a watermark, they usually won't. So I'm just like, yeah, I took this from so and so, probably not a big deal, but like if they have a low following,
when you get sued.
I have some
Obviously
people.
not.
I've seen some people only have like 2 or 3 likes on their memes. And I'm like, that's a good meme. But if I took it from them, I wouldn't just not.
Yeah,
credit them,
because
no.
it's such a
Just-
low key.
yeah.
But if they have like 10,000 likes on the
It's
meme,
like just
I mean, a
you're
lot of those accounts are stealing memes as well.
exactly. So it's like, they can deal with it, Well, we gotta go film the intro for this one, huh?
Yeah.
Guess that's gotta be a thing.
New intro, new everything's coming.
I gotta edit that. Great. It'll be fire. You've already seen it, but it'll be fire.
They've already seen it.
They will have already seen it at the beginning of the pod.
You're right.
I was gonna do some of that filming for the intro when I was in Nashville, but just completely forgot because it was such a busy day and a half. Like we didn't stop for like anything. It was just doing everything all the time.
Just grinding.
Well, kind of. Like we went to go get lunch and there's this big old line, so we're like, all right, well let's go to that burger place or whatever. So we go back across town, and then we're like, Greg's like, I need coffee. So then we go back across town, and then it's like, hey, why don't we visit the Parthenon? So we go over to the Parthenon. I was like, why don't we go see the Bicentennial Mall? And we go over there, and then we sit over there for like a good hour, and I'm like, I didn't even think about filming for the thing. And then we were like, should we go see a movie? And then they're like, nah. I was like, well, let's go walk downtown. Well, but it's going to rain in 30 minutes. So we just drive around. Like
That sounds about like what I'd expect.
yeah, it was okay. I mean, I liked the trip. I got to have some good old fun, but good old times. They had Galaga at the soda parlor, so I was happy. You ever played Galaga?
Yeah, I've played it a lot.
It's a fun game.
I had one of those simulated Ataris, and played it on that at the house for a good bit when I was younger.
This Pac-Man one I have plays it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I'm talking.
It's got the little analog with the buttons. You plug it in the AV ports. I used to have one of those for like Lilo and Stitch. It had an Aladdin game,
Yeah.
and I had a SpongeBob one. Where the analog stick was.
The
stick was his nose.
Old school gaming.
Old school. It's the way to go. That and PlayStation 2, Guitar Hero stuff.
PlayStation 2, arguably the best console ever made for its time.
I think so.
I don't think. Yeah, it's got a strong case.
It's a good console. I must have had over 35 games.
The difference between the PS1 and the PS2, monumental.
Mm-hmm.
But PS2 to PS3,
If only they did what they did for PS1 and PS2 for Xbox to the new console.
I mean, yeah, if it was like
Holographic.
PS2 to PS4 like level, that would be like
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that'd be like, okay. But it's not. Anyways, we should probably say goodbye
Yeah.
and stay tuned for the next pod because it might be more exciting.
It will be more
It'll
exciting.
be more exciting.
Yeah.
Aren't we gonna do the thing for the next one?
Yeah, also like I'm not even going to be the same person on the next pod, so
Why?
cuz this week's going to be so productive. I'll just assimilate myself into
You'll
a
just-
different being.
You'll just arise to godliness. Okay. Well, hit the likes and subscribes if you liked it.
Share,
If
please.
you want. We have Instagrams
Share by any means.
and yeah, that. So we'll see you next time. Thank you genuinely for sticking around because we know 43 minutes is a very long time for you and your busy day.
Busy.
Okay, this has been the Basic Podcast. That's Matt.
That's Eli.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't trip on your way out. Love ya.